Hello beautiful people and welcome back to another episode in which we have to talk about Mr. Duke from G.I. Joe, and in this episode we're going to compare Duke with Mr. Shinji, and we're going to do that on planes. And of course a huge shout out and a huge thank you very much again to Mr. Darth, which helped massively to do this hero evaluation extremely fast. So with that being said, let's jump directly into the battle reports. Let's go into the arena right here, and we actually have to go to the second tab, and here are all the battle reports, and we're gonna start of course with Mr. Shinji. Now let's have a look briefly at the stats difference and of course at his Shinji, which I have asked him specifically to take him down to level 5 in order to make this test kind of more accurate. So you see basically the Shinji level 5, you see Duke level 5. Now we haven't used the heavy trooper, that's very important because we want to eliminate that factor also. And yes, we use the formation, and of course we have to look at the Air Force stats right here. And here we have me with 2625 HP and 2830 for Darth HP, and you see also the attack. And we also want to show right here the DEF of the Air Force. So I have 1.5, he has 1.5, and of course the DEF of all units, which is 47. So guys, this ain't getting more balance from this perspective. Of course, before we jump into the battle report itself, we also have to mention, for the sake of having a very balanced battle, we actually had to use the Valhallas because none of us had enough of certain units of certain levels. So that's why we use the Valhalla. So what you see here, first of all, this battle report in which kind of Shinji kind of won here with 58% of his units left. So let's jump into the second battle report, and of course towards the end of the video we're gonna conclude Duke versus Shinji, by the way. So here is the second attack in which I was the attacker and Darth was the defender, and you see a very close fight here, to be honest. Let's have a look at the third battle report here in which I won. I was the attacker and Mr. Darth was the defender. So this was kind of the result, what you see here, roughly around 30% proc from Mr. Duke. Of course, this can change on Friday, so I'm gonna have to have another look on Friday. Let's go to the next battle report right here, and again we have me versus Darth. I'm a defender and Darth is the attacker, and you see here like Shinji performing super well. Let's pick the next battle report, and in this one I'm the attacker and Darth is actually the defender right here, and I won with 49% of units still left. So this was a pretty awesome performance right here. And let's see the next battle report, which is this one. Darth is the attacker, I am the defender, and he wins, and he is still left with 55% of his units in his march. So let's go to the next battle report in which you see me being the attacker and Mr. Darth being the defender, and in this one I have won. We see again a roughly 30% proc from Mr. Duke, again the same setup, and of course versus Shinji level 5. So these are these battle reports right here. Let's press the replay and let's kind of have a look what happened here pretty much. Now of course you see a very tight battle again between Duke and Mr. Shinji. This was kind of honestly from our side expected. What was unexpected for us is to see how tight the performance or the difference between Duke and Lila is. And these results, what you have saw on the screen, of course the main argument or the main factor is when is which hero gonna proc, and this is basically what is representing the fluctuations. So you see here a very balanced kind of between Duke and Mr. Shinji. So this is episode number 2 when it comes down to Mr. Duke versus Shinji. This, what you saw right here, is on planes. What we're gonna do, of course, we're gonna prepare right now the third video in which you're gonna see Mr. Duke versus Mr. Striker. As always, beautiful people, episodes like this and efforts like this are justifying 100% you subscribing to this channel and supporting such a great work. As always, don't forget to see me in the next episode in which we're gonna address Duke versus Striker.